All right, we
Really?
live.
The
We live.
fall.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
somebody definitely did. Yep, we live though.
All right.
You got
Shalom.
something,
Yeah, God.
man?
Shalom. First and foremost, as always, want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahashem,
Bahashem,
Yahweh
Yahweh,
Yahushua,
Shai, Bahashem,
Bahashem, Rakha
Rakha
Kodash.
Kodash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Yeah, the spirit's been on the. I gotta careful with my words now. The MOTB Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16, and want to just go through it. To just bring out the understanding that it is what the men of Great Millstone say it is. It is that small implantable. Hopefully, I could say that a small device that they want to put underneath your body. It's not sleeping with white women. It's not Christianity. It's not an embargo. It's not what I've just recently heard this week. Social media. I've heard social media this week. It's not none of those things. It's a small implantable device that they want to put inside your body to control you and to control all assets of your life. And Lord's willing, through the Spirit, we're going to break that down and explain that by going into the words, because Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Ramlab have always brought out from the beginning to go into the meaning of words so you get the understanding of it. Because you can't just look at it on a surface level and think that you understand it. Because there's a video out there that's saying that the MOTB is social media. From reading Revelation 13, 16 going down, where do you get social media how do you explain that social media is the MOTB? Like with the words that's there. When you read, just reading Revelation 13 and 16, just going into it, it says what? He calls it all, both small and great, to rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand. You don't put social media in your hand or in your forehead. So it has to make sense. And going into the words will expound upon that and explain what exactly it is. So,
You want me to grab that for you?
yeah, but we could start at verse 15 because verse 15 has a key part in there that explains how it's not social media, white women, Christianity, or whatever other things that it is, or people say that it is.
Right. Yep. I got it. Revelation 13, starting with verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
Con, we could pause right there. The he is Esau Edom. When you go to Malachi 1 and 4, so can we get that real quick?
Yeah, I got you.
Con.
This is Malachi.
And I'll
you
get
want
a
it now?
Job. Yeah, and I'll get a Job 9 and 24.
God, this is Malachi chapter 1 and verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever.
Right, so that is the he that's talking about. Now I'll grab Job 9 and 24. This is Job 9 and 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? And like it said in Malachi, I call him the border of wickedness. So the earth has been given into their hands. So that is the he that is going to promote this and push this MOTB for the whole world, so he can have control over the whole world. So we can go back to Revelation.
Yep. Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right, and when you go into that word image, I'll pull it up right here on my phone. I gotta learn how to use the StreamYard thing so people can see it. But when you go into that word image in the blue letter, it's G1503 and it's icon. But when you go to the root word, it's icon, which is what? An image, figure, likeness. And what this place, America, is a image of the Roman Empire. This is a copy of the Roman Empire, just like brothers will say, the ancient pagan Roman Empire. Well, this is just Rome, just a modern Rome with technology.
Right.
That's right. The modern pagan Roman Empire.
Con.
Yep.
Now, when you go into that word killed, and Elder Yashawamba went into a video, I believe, sometime this week. If it wasn't yesterday, if it was probably Monday. When you go into that word killed, let me see if I could play it loud so you can hear it.
Strong's G 615. Apartino. Apartino.
It says apoctino, and it says to kill in any way, or metaphorically to extinguish or abolish. Now, when you go into the root word of that, it says apo, which is of separation. So if you're not conformed to the image of this place, right, which the MOTB also has to deal with that, you're going to be cut off, not just killed, because Revelation 20 talks about that those that didn't receive it, which are the elect, you're going to be actually killed, like going to behead you. But also it means to separate you, meaning what? Separate you from society. And Revelation 16 and going down explains how you're going to be separated from society. So if you're going to be separated, right, or actually killed, put to death, how is social media going to cause you to be put to death for not taking this? How is sleeping with a white woman going to separate you from society? How is Christianity, let's use that one especially, how is Christianity, which is supposed to bring you towards the Most High, which the MOTB is supposed to separate you from the Heavenly Father, but you're going to sit there and say that Christianity, you're going to say that it's the MOTB is, some individuals said the MOTB is Christianity. How is that true when Christianity is supposed to bring you to the Most High, not separate you? It has to make sense.
That's right.
Although we know Christianity is BS, but still, you can't say something as. Sorry, oh my bad. What you gonna say?
Oh no, I was quoting the scripture. I will bring you back into remembrance. No, knowing that we was all followers of a Mashiach at one point.
Done. So if something's supposed to bring you to the Most High, you can't say that it's also going to separate you. It doesn't make sense. So Christianity can't be what's going to separate you from society. Actually, when you think about it, the MOTB is what's going to keep you in the world. It's going to keep you functioning in society, not separate you from it. So again, it has to make sense. It has to all line up.
That's right.
Yep.
You want me to keep reading?
Yeah, we can go into verse 16.
16th verse. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor.
Oh, okay. Salaki, we can pause right there. Now, when it goes into he calls it, right? We always bring this out. Cause it means what? Poeo, which means to make ready, to prepare, to fashion, right? So he's getting the world ready right now, preparing the people's minds to accept the MOTB. Like recently, damn it. Hold on, Salakia, 1 second. I gotta go real quick. My bad, Salakia. Give me a moment.
It's all good. Con. Yeah, well, since the brothers are taking a quick pause,
Yeah.
There was a point that I wanted to make. That's the spirit. In the 15th verse where it says, as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Now, look what happened to Andrew Tate recently. He was completely banned from everything, bro. I'm talking about even banks. Even banks, Santander, certain UK banks banned him. He was banned from Uber. He was banned from all these different things, right? He was banned from Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram, banned from Twitter, banned from YouTube, everything. They just completely deleted him, right? And that was a precursor to what they're going to do because he said something that angered the people that was in power. All right. And that dude is set up anyways. You know, even though he speaks a lot of truth, that dude is set up anyways. He be consorting with witches. I seen on his Instagram, he be with witches and whatnot. Andrew Tate. But it's just an example. They're showing you how at the push of a button, they could completely delete you off of everything. And then talking about even banks, smartphone, bills, mortgages, financing, all that. They could take you off that shit in a heartbeat. And that's an example of how that's what they're gonna do for those that don't want to accept that charagma.
Yeah, right? The same way you could delete an app from your phone, they could delete you from society. You know, right. Especially when you partake in that MO, you know, you take that charagma.
Yeah, Shalimar, I was just mentioning that Andrew Tate was just banned off of all social media, off of everything, right? Mm-hmm. Because of something he said. So basically, they want you to have that, you know, that mark in you, so they can have full control. And if you don't conform to what they want, then they're gonna shut you out of everything.
Con.
You know?
But he's still functioning without social media. He's still
Right,
living.
exactly.
So it's like,
Exactly. Yep.
He can still buy and sell.
Mhm.
exactly. So how could it be social media or Christianity? Christianity, you never use Christianity to buy or sell anything. You never use a white woman to buy or sell anything. Before you got with a white chick, you were fine. You were living life. So how could it be a white woman?
Right, exactly. And this mark is something that's new, Salakia. This MOTB is something that's new. You know that this is gonna be like a new thing when it comes to this. It's not something that all right, this happened before. Like they say, Solomon had the mark.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
but we know who Solomon is in the reincarnation. So how was he able to do what he did?
Right? How was he able to conquer death and give us immortality in the world to come? Really, we have it through the Holy Spirit already, but in the world to come, it's going to be manifesting when the Lord returns. But yeah, just to land back off your point, because he did get banned off all that, but he's still able to buy and sell and function. But on the flip, that's what they're going to be able to do when it comes to like you not willing to bow down an image or worship this image and receive that charagma. They're going to be able to cut you out just like that. That was it on that.
So yeah, we could the next word when you I'll read it real quick. It says when you read Revelation 13 and 16, right? It says, and he calls it all. Now we went to cause it, meaning poeo, meaning to make you get ready to form a fashion. Oh, this is what I was gonna say before I had to go. Like me, right? There's a new game coming out on the PS5, still trying to get one, called God of War Ragnarok. Now, what do those game developers or people that market the video games do to you? They show you the preview of the game. They show you like a 15-minute demo that gets you excited. You see all the cool moves. Like if you watch the demo for God of War Ragnarok, you see Kratos fighting Thor, doing all this crazy stuff. Him and Thor clashing. That's getting you excited, getting you ready, getting you into it. So like, oh, looks cool. This looks amazing. I want to get this new game, especially if you're a fan of of God of War. Just like people, if they're in the world, they're like, well, I need this. I'm in the world. I need this to function. It's the same thing. Like if you're a gamer and you like video games, I want this game. I'm a fan of this game. I've been following the series ever since I think it came out in 2004. I like Kratos. I like everything I'm seeing. So I'm mentally bought into it. So it's the same thing. They're getting your mind prepared to buy their product before it comes out. And that's the same thing right now with Esau Edom, the Elise are doing before they. Because right now it is out in a sense. It's over there in Sweden. But before they bring it on a global scale, they got to prepare your mind just like video game developers do when they bring out their games to ease your mind into accepting it. Because they can't just say, hey, God of War Ragnarok, new game, buy it. No, you want to see what the game is about. You want to see what's the story and things like that. You want to see the cool moves, get the demo, see what it's like, play it for yourself. So that way, right. So it gets you into it, mentally gets you into it. So you make up that decision. Yeah, I'm gonna get this game. I'm gonna buy it. I like it.
Hey,
so
one of the things.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say one of the keys for them marketing this is convenience. They need something to happen the way as though your information or anything is compromised, and then how convenient. Oh yeah, how convenient would it be if you get this here? It's going to make your life that much easier, and especially for people who are into technology and stuff like that. Making your body part of technology, is even more better. Even especially for people with like disabilities, how they're going to sell it to be able to make functions of your body that didn't work once before work again, growing back hair and things of that nature. Out of convenience and the things that it could do and make your life better or easier, that's how they're going to sell it to people. And people who eat it alive, they're going to buy into it.
If I may, brother, do you mind if I read the 14th verse real quick because it kind of plays into that?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Revelation 13 and 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. Right, the ancient pagan Roman Empire coming back. But the point I wanted to get was deceiving them, and that's like going into the point Shalimar was making. That's the buildup. Oh, look, see, just like in the game, he could do this move, he could do that move, just like with the charagma, with the mark. You're gonna be able to say you could heal this ailment. You'll be immune to cancer. You'll be smarter. You'll be more attractive. Women will want you. You won't be a loser. You know, that's how they're gonna. That's how they market it, and that's the buildup because they're being deceived into it. He can't just pop it out. Here it is. Come get it. People are gonna be like, whoa, wait a minute. But he knows how to do that. You know, that's his blessing on the left hand of witchcraft. So he moves in that sense like a very sneaky in order to do those left hand miracles to show people, well, this is what it can actually do. This is what you're getting if you receive this, and that's gonna cause people to be more willing to do it. In the end.
Oh, something to add on to that. We lost the brother. Hopefully he comes back. But also, like when you buy games, they have like the pre-order bonus, and that's what you see, like the things that Esau does, the little gifts that they were doing when the Maxine was first out. They were giving, like, you know, when you buy a game, they'll say, oh, it costs a little bit more, but buy the pre-order bonus. Instead of you buying the game for just $60, spend like $80 for these pre-order bonuses, the extra skins, extra this and that. So it's the same thing when they were bringing out with the Maxine. Hey, you do this, you'll get this and that. These little bonuses to things like that. Actually, a woman told me that over there in Atlanta, if you want to keep a job, a certain job over there, I forgot how she told me. I have to ask her again. But she said that they gave you, I think it was either $100 or $200 bonus permanently on your check if you got.
Wow.
So imagine you working, right? And hey, you're not getting these extra, extra couple of dollars, but this other person is getting extra couple of dollars because they got thing that's incentivizing, like, I do need the money and things is getting hard. You know, I'm over here making, like, let's just say $300, $400, but I could use that extra 100. I could use that extra 200, and it's a permanent thing. I'll ask her again how she when she first told me about it. But over there in Atlanta, she said a specific place where she works at. If you want to work there and you get the thing, you get it's either an extra $100 or $200 on your check.
Yep, and that was happening all over.
Even it was? Okay.
The mayor said New York mayor said that you could they'll give you a Shake Shack burger if you get it.
A what?
A Shake Shack burger. Huh?
A burger is worth your life.
Desperation.
Hey,
wasn't they
doing?
you know what? I don't know sound effects, but fuck it. I'm gonna get that burger.
Hey, wasn't they giving out Krispy Kremes for the Joe Montana?
Yeah. I thought it was about health though.
Oh man.
Yeah, the madness, bro. But these people are so dumb. Shit. The elites is like shit. You see how dumb these people are. It's like shit. They just for the taking.
God.
Useless eaters.
That's right.
Yep. You want me to get back to Revelations 13:16 now?
Yeah.
All right, come on. Revelation 13:16, and he causeth all, both small.
Pause right there. Slaka. When you go into that word all, right? It's pas. Right? It's G3955. Now, when you go into it, it says individually or collectively. And I remember we had a study in Aharon Bakwa going into this, and Aharon brought this out. It says individually and collectively. Now, the individuals and the collective are the people. So what he wants to do is individually, like if I remember this correctly, how Aharon broke this down, is that individually, if you have a basket full of apples and you want to put it somewhere else in another basket, you want to collect it individually over time, so that way you get the whole collective of the apples that you want. You don't just grab up all the apples, you individually. Matter of fact, I'm gonna sound like a nigga for saying this, but this is something I do, right? I think I spoke to Shamya about this once, what I do with my mom and living here with my mother. When I drink juice, right, or like I drink the kids' cereal or whatever, I don't eat like half of it. Like if it starts at like, let's say this is the box, I don't eat half of it so you notice what I'm doing. I little by little, like when she opens it, I have to speak so she doesn't hear me. When she like opens it, right, little by little, I take little over time, so that way it seems like what I like. It's like, oh, well, I did open it and I did give the kid, so this is probably where it's at. Instead of her knowing, oh no, this nigga has been eating the fucking kid's cereal. It's the same thing with it's the same thing with the juice. I don't just like my father. He'll do that. He'll kill it. He don't care. Like, you see that water bottle you drink right now? He'll drink half of it, and then you'll be like, bro, I know it's you that took the water. Who else would do it? No, I little by little, so you don't notice what I'm doing. And that's the same thing. It's individuals getting little by little with the people, so that way you collectively get what you want. I apologize for sounding like a nigga, but that's what kids are mine to explain it.
Gradualism.
Exactly.
The same thing.
Yep. That's right. Yep. So that was a beautiful breakdown. I ain't even going into these words like individually like that. There's a lot of meat there. That's beautiful. So let me read it again from the top. Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Right. And as you know, like I said, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, that's pretty much everybody. But what, like we brought out with the word pas, it's individuals. He's going to work on individuals to get them, like Elder Yashwamba did a news and prophecy earlier this week about how Spike Lee is being used to promote, digital currency and things like that. But what, they're doing things like that to get individuals little by little over time, so that way what they want is the collective whole of everybody. So it's going to be what, small and great, whether you're a person in this world or just a regular individual, rich and poor, that's the poor is us, or the rich, and it says free and bond, those who walk the earth like, just regular citizens, and those who are in jail.
Yep.
Yeah. So you mean to tell me a person in jail is going to get a white woman? Or social media? Now in jail, they're able to get phones in there, but so you mean to tell me social media is what's going to condemn somebody up in jail?
Man, Jake in jail more live on Facebook, man.
Exactly.
And that's why the Lord set up his men, the prophets, because if you don't know any better, some of these things might sound appealing, like the breakdowns wise. I'm talking about, like, oh, if you hear social media, oh, well, everybody does it, blah, blah, blah. But if you don't have the understanding, you're not gonna know what it really is. There's only one answer to the question. It's multiple choice, and there's only one. It ain't all of the above. It's one answer.
But that's beautiful that you said that, because the same thing, like on the test, you got 4 answers. They're only going to accept one. They're not going to accept all 4. They're going to be like, if you try to put this or that, like if the answer is A, but you choose D, it's going to be like, nigga, the answer is A. But nah, you got to see how I see it. I think that this is how it really works, and this is how my conclusion came to D. No, nigga, the answer is A, not D.
Right.
Well, that's my truth.
Exactly.
Right.
This is how I came up with it. Now you got to see how I broke this down, and D is the answer, bro. You're just not seeing it how I'm seeing it. Yeah. Nigga, you failed.
Hey, you said you made a statement that the Lord set up prophets, the true prophets. The 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to shoot ourselves approved unto Yahweh, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightfully dividing the word of truth. So if it wasn't no real men out here rightfully dividing Revelation 13 and 15 through 18, hey, we would be we'd be SOL right now, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Shit out of luck.
And part of how we do that, we do what? Like we were just doing in this video, looking up the meanings of words. Like just like you said, I never really looked up the meaning of a few of those words in that scripture, and they give you a more broader understanding of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when we read these scriptures, we're really supposed to, and I'm exhorting myself because I need to do this more. You're supposed to go into like practically every individual word to really, especially for these critical scriptures like these. Like for some that's more straightforward, you don't have to do that. But for some like this, where it's more parabolic and it's more of a dark saying, you got to go into like the little intricacies of it. I got another precept real quick. Amos.
Did we lose him?
Amos 3 and 7.
No.
Surely the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. Yep, that's straightforward. He revealed the secret. What is the MOTB? What is the mark? Is a secret to the world, but through the preaching of the word, it's being made public. That's why the scriptures talk about. I got another quick one in Psalm 68, because we're making this public. We're publishing it. Psalm 68 and 11. The Lord gave the word. Great was the company of those that published it. So publishing means to make something public.
Oh, damn, that's the spirit. Because I wanted to do a video on this earlier. I didn't get a chance to, but usually Google will give me words throughout every day, right? And if you can see it right there, hold on, let me see. It says publicize as one of the words that it gave me for today, if you could see it. And it says to make something widely known. And that's even what Yahweh Shai, if I'm not mistaken, told his disciples. What I tell ye in darkness, speak ye on the rooftops, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. That's right.
Was that it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we but going back to 16, could you read that one more time?
Yep, I got you. Revelation 13 and 16 says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Right. So as we broke it down, the he is the elites, because that's really where it starts from. Esau, Edom, the top banking family, Illuminati, whatever you want to call them. And it says he calls it, which is poeo, fashion, getting you ready to accept something. And when we went to the word all, it said individually and collectively, he wants to work on get individuals slowly but sure, like I was breaking down with the whole juice thing, or like cereal, little by little, I'm getting what I want over time. So it's like individually working on the minds of the people, or working on, getting individuals to accept this. So that way, he collectively gets the whole thing. Like there's I'm not sure where this comes from, but there's like, I've heard people say the one of us. I'm not sure where that comes from, but I've heard people mention, like when I play games with them, and it's like, that's that like a hive mind thing. But what they work on individuals little by little and get them a part of the hive mind, to where they get everybody to be a part of the hive mind. And when it goes into receiving a M-A-R-K or charagma, when you go into that word, it's like we always bring it out. It's charagma, which is what? An etching or a cutting into the flesh, a graven work. Right? It even says a stamp, an imprinted mark. So what? The charagma, the word charagma means what? To basically to cut into the flesh. And then when you go into the root word of that, the root word of charagma is charax, which is a pale stake palisade, a sharp instrument. Basically, like just use an example, a knife. A knife is what? The charax, the sharp instrument. And when you carve into the tree, or when you do your you carve something out, what you're performing charagma on it. You're carving into this tree. And then when you go into the root word of charax, which is grapho, and I was doing some research a little bit last night, when you go into the word grapho, that's where you get the word grammar from. Because when you go into grapho, it deals with hold up one second. It says to write with reference to the forms of letters, to delineate or form letters, or on a tablet, parchment, paper, or other material. Another definition says to write with reference to the contents of the writing. Where's that one thing? Oh, it says B definition, to commit to writing things not to be forgotten, write down, record. So when you go into the word grapho, I was looking it up. That's where you eventually get the word grammar from, and grammar deals with what you're writing. So on this small implantable device, this subdermal device, it's going to have, like it says here, things not to be forgotten, write down, or record. So it's going to have your information on it, things that you need within society that you want not to be forgotten, as far as your social security, your driver's license, all these things that's important, your medical information, all these things that's going to be needed, so that way you can function and perform in society. Because without, especially your social security, we don't know who the hell you are. And if it's going to have it on your thing, If you don't have that, and if it's not inside your body, we don't know who the hell you are. You could say whoever you are, but if we can't identify you by your social security card, then we don't know who you are, sir. So it's going to be the same thing with that small implantable device. If we can't scan your device to see who you are, we don't know who you are. We are not a part of society. You're as good as dead, like the scripture said. Those that would not worship should be killed. You're as good as dead because you're not a part of society. Because we need you to have this so we can identify who you are, so we can see that you're a part of the world.
That's right. Quick precept.
Come.
Isaiah 36:6. Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. Yeah, so broken reed is sharp, just like that Karax. And, you know, this is talking about the time of Hezekiah and the Assyrians, and them trusting in Egypt back then, but we applying it to now. This is modern day Egypt. And if you trust in Egypt, what's going to happen? They're going to cause you to get pierced with this charagma that we're going into. All right. And that's for those that trust in Pharaoh, king of Egypt, which the modern day Pharaoh, king of Egypt, is Esau Edom. Sleazy E. All right. Just a quick point to land back off what the brother was going into with the Karax.
Matter of fact, I want to bring out something real quick. Since you mentioned that, this is Isaiah chapter 30:1. It says, "Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin." Verse 2, "That walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth." And how do you ask at the Lord's mouth? His prophets. What should we do? What's this mean? What's that mean? Right?
Right.
To strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, which the modern day Pharaoh would be these elites, Esau, Edom, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. And the shadow is what? Something that will cover you, gives you shade, right? So what? People today are trusting in the shadow of Esau, Edom, thinking that his way is what's going to protect them from when the Lord brings all this destruction. But here it is. They brought out the solution, but yet there was no solution. Things didn't get any better. Things only got worse. So that's why the Lord said, "Woe to the rebellious children," talking about our people, the Israelites, that take counsel not of me. It says, verse 3, it says, "Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt be your confusion." Because here it is, you took the thing, but yet you didn't get any better. People are still, I've seen on social media the other day, a person said this is like either her third or fourth time getting sick from the Lord Voldemort, the thing that shall not be named. But I'm pretty sure she's gotten the thing. And there's other people like that. If you hear their testimonies, they took the thing, but yet they're still getting sick. So what was the point of it? You see, that's fun to you now. It's like, I trusted these people, but they let me down.
That's right.
But if you trust in the Lord, like, look at us. You know, Lord's one, of course, we endure to the end, but the Lord has taken care of us, and we've been fine. And we didn't have to take this. We still have jobs. If we lost a job, we was able to find another one. The Lord provided, like King David always said. I believe that's in Psalms 37. I have been old and I have been young. I'm sorry, I've been young and I've been old, but yet I have never seen the righteous asking for bread, nor his seed forsaken. Roughly paraphrasing that. Apologize if I butchered it.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Right? Heavy. Yep. But they want to trust in Egypt. They trust in the white man, you know?
Right.
I'm going to read. You want me to get into 17th verse?
Khan, yeah.
Or is there any more in the 16th that you wanted to hit?
Oh, no. When you go into Slakia, when you go into foreheads, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let me see. Or was it hand? I think it was hand and forehead. Hold on. Okay, when you go into forehead, right? The word there for forehead is metopon. It's G3358, and the word there is metopon, and it says the space between the eyes, the forehead, And what have they been doing ever since the this pandemic came out? They've been having the machines that scan your forehead, or they scan the right hand, showing you that what they're preparing poeo, preparing your mind for to get ready to when that thing is either in your right hand, or it could be anywhere in the body, like it says in Revelation 14. It's either going to be in the right hand or on the forehead, and that's why they're preparing it right now by scanning the head or scanning the hand.
Yep.
I can't remember which brother did it. It may have been the elder out in Vegas, but he was mentioning how the way they advertising it, they doing it with the opposite hand to throw you off. You know, so it looks so obvious. But I think it's what is it? The next chapter where it mentioned it says hands, so it's either hand. I think it's in chapter 14, right?
Yeah.
Con.
And even when you go into the root word of Metapon, it's meta. And then Facebook just changed its name to Meta. And what's that whole thing with the metaverse, going into the mind, the imagination, creating this whole fantasy world where you can be a part of it through technology. So already through these words, you're seeing it's being broken down that this has to be something dealing with technology, something that has to be physically cutting into your flesh, going into your body. Christianity cannot go into your body. A white woman cannot go into your body. Social media cannot go into your body.
That's right. I got the precept that it mentions hands. It mentions both hands.
Yeah.
Revelation 20:4, and I saw thrones. What's up? 20. That's all good. I had to look for it because I was like, I didn't remember where it was. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither have received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years. So it doesn't specify left or right hand. It just says in their hands.
Right.
Well, you could try tempt the Lord if you want to. Get it in your ankle and see if you could get around prophecy. But
yeah, right.
You know how that movie ends.
You know, Jake's simple like that, though.
Yeah, JD. Well, see, I got it. I got it in my thigh. I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. You want me to go back to 17 up?
Yeah.
All right. Revelation 13:17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark.
Pause
or
right
the
there.
name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Now, when you go into that word, where is it? In 17, buy, right? It's agorazo. And when you go to the root word of agorazo, it's the agora. And that's what? The marketplace. It says here to be in the marketplace, to attend it, to do business there, buy or sell. Now, again, to bring out the point how it can't be social media, it can't be a white woman, it can't be Christianity, it can't be any of these other things other than a small implantable device the size of a grain of rice. Because what? How do you in society function by, how does an individual buy or sell themselves, right? Because I remember bringing this up before. Like, let's say you're looking for a job, right, on Indeed or whatever, or you go to an interview, right? And you bring your papers, your resume and things like that, and you show your credentials, what you're good at. You are pretty much selling yourself to an employer so that way what? They can buy your services, buy what you're good at. Here's my resume. Here's what I'm good at. This is my resume, what I've done throughout my about 10 years of my life working for certain companies or whatever, like me, security or whatever, right? And they seem like, okay, we like this. And this is what you're selling to someone so that way they can buy you, so that way they can pay you. Mm-hmm. So that's why it says what? That no man might buy or sell save he that had the charagma. Because without this small thing, you're not going to be able to sell yourself, right, to be able to get a job so that way other employers can buy you. You won't be able to be a part of society. You won't be able to get money to what? To go to the actual marketplace, to the grocery store and buy things. Because what? Like certain jobs when the pandemic first started, right? They were saying, hey, if you don't have this thing, you're not allowed to work here. Or certain places, if you didn't have the mask on your face, you couldn't go there. So what? There was a cutoff. It was separated. You either couldn't work at certain places, or you couldn't go to certain grocery stores. Or if you tried to go in there without having this thing on, they make a fuss about it. So it shows you that what? This is what it's going to be, that small thing. and the pandemic was basically a prelude, like like a book, how they have the prelude before the story. You actually get into the story of what it's going to be about, and we saw that with the pandemic, them making people take this.
Yep.
So that's what basically showing you what it's going to be like, except when Revelation 13 and 16 comes out, it's going to be on a much higher scale. It's going to be more intense than what it is now, because people are still able to work. Because some people think that the taking of this is the MOTB, but it's not, because you're still able to function in society. You're still able to buy or sell. But when that time comes out, and when they remove cash, right, and they go to a full digital currency, if you try to go to a grocery store or to a job and say, hey, this is my credentials and things like that, okay, sir, well, how we need your thing in your hand or maybe in your forehead to pay you, but you don't have it. Well, sir, you can't work here because cash money is no longer good. We're not accepting credit cards. That's a thing of the past. We've moved forward from that. We're now dealing with that small device in your hand to be able to pay you. Or the same thing, like I think it was last week it came out, I think last week Monday, with how sometime in next year, 2023, if there is a next year, was one there isn't, how the MTA wants to remove the Metro cards to where you're only using the credit card or a phone app to get on the train. So you see how they're removing this thing. Now you're still going to pay, but it's going to be through a device that you're using. So you see how everything is being used to where it's showing technology is what the Revelation 13 and 16 is talking about. It's not talking about white women. It's not talking about social media or Christianity. You can't, when you analyze what's going on in the world right now and match it with what John the Revelator wrote, it equals up. It blends. It combines. You're able to. It creates a picture in your mind. And what happened at the end of 2019, going into 2020 till now, the Lord has showed us a prelude of that happening. So we get an idea of like, this is what it's going to be like, except expect it to go times 10.
Right.
But we didn't see Christianity be a problem, or social media, or white women just start going crazy or whatever.
Right. It's not like when you go to the store, they're like, sir, are you a Christian or not? Nah, you can't buy here. I'm sorry. You believe in this picture of sweet white Jesus? They don't ask you that. They don't. Are you into Allah? Do you have a Facebook account? You can't check out for your groceries. I'm sorry, sir. You don't have Instagram. Get out of here. That's not happening. That's not happening. My fault. What'd you say?
No, I said, are you popping white women?
Right. Are you popping white? You got a white bitch on your phone? Let me see.
Is Becky in your bed?
Right.
You going home to a snow bunny? You good. That don't make no sense, man.
So it shows you that this is going to be what? It's going to be through the means of money is what they're going to use to cut you off from society, because you need money to be able to take care of yourself, and especially you have a wife and kid. And where it's going to be a small device, like how you're seeing it now, how they're using technology and moving that forward into how they're going to basically build this society to where it's going to be cashless. Because I know you brothers drive, but I don't drive. And when I take the Metro card, I need money to put on my Metro card so that way I can swipe to get on the train or get on the bus. But now it's, we don't need that no more. By 2023, you're just going to use your phone. Like I see my mother even doing when she got on the bus one, she just boop. She was like, "Oh my God, this is so cool. This is nice." But it's like you just do this boop to get on the bus really quickly, or boop to get on the train just to get on a crowded bus or train. Yeah, it was so nice and easy, but yeah, to just go into a crowded bus. Yeah. Wow, amazing.
That's how you know Jake is beat down, bro. They give you any little shit, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, wow." Here it is. We suffering. We fucked up, but they give you some little scraps, and you think that's what's up. That's why we need to just get out of here, man.
Right. So we could finish it off. Right, and it says, "And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." And we just broke down that word buy goes into agorazo, or the agora, the place where people attend, the marketplace, where you do business there. And how do you do business? Through money.
Yep.
So it shows you that this is going to be something that has to deal with money.
Mm-hmm.
And you can finish off in 18.
Right. quick point on 17, if I may.
Con, con.
Yeah, when it says the number of his name, which actually the 18th verse will get into it. So let me just hold off. We'll read the 18th verse. Here is wisdom.
Oh, hold on 1 second, real quick. Matter of fact,
Go ahead.
when you read it in different translation, because Spirit just hit me to do that, right? This is the NLT of verse 17, Revelation 13 and 17. It says, and no one could buy or sell anything without the mark. Not without Becky, not without Christianity. You couldn't buy or sell anything without that mark. And it says what? That mark.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Let me see. Right, the NIV says the same thing, so that they could not buy or sell unless they had the mark. So it's an object, a physical object that has to go on in your body, and that's what 16 was explaining. That's what John the Revelator was saying, was people taking this thing, and he saw that nobody could buy or sell without that.
Yep.
Just like you can't buy or sell without money. You can't go to a store and say, like you were bringing out, hey, I sleep with white women, or I believe in Jesus Christ, so allow me to purchase this food. Allow me to leave with $100 worth of groceries by believing in Jesus Christ. No.
Madness. Yeah.
Madness.
Jake is full of shit, and you got a lot of these false camps that don't teach the whole truth, and they're, a lot of them are compromised. A lot of them have took money to not teach it. But when the time comes, it's going to be manifest. And you have people that ain't even in the truth. You even have Edomites that know what the mark is, what the MOTB is.
Yeah, yep.
You even have these other heathen nations that know what the MOTB is. But here comes Jake, Mr. Super Prophet Israelite, and doesn't know this is a straightforward breakdown. But it goes to show the Lord, if the Lord blinded your mind to see it, you ain't going to see it. Point blank, period. And it's so out. It's the phrase hidden in plain sight.
Yeah.
Because it's out there, but they're gonna normalize it to the point where you're gonna believe that conspiracy about that. Come on, man. Will we make it this obvious? We wouldn't make it this obvious if that's what we were talking about. If this was really if this was really what Revelation 13:16 is talking about, we wouldn't make it this obvious. It would be more complicated. No, it is that obvious, Yep. But let me read. I'll read 18 for you, unless you had anything else.
Oh, sorry. Say that again.
You want me to read 18 for you?
Yeah.
Revelation 13:18.
Hold on one quick. Show me. You have something?
Oh no, I was saying the Lord just made it simple for us.
Okay.
Yep. That's right. Yep. Revelation 13:18. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Right.
And the brother Bakwar taught us this, that when you go into dealing with the barcode thing, is you can't really see it, but like when you go into like one of the first thick lines somewhere over here, it's a 6.
Yep.
And then when you go to the middle, there's another 6 there, and then when you go to the end, another thick line, it's a 666, showing that what through buying and selling, right?
Mm-hmm. It's a
and
universal barcode, right?
Yeah, Khan. And this is how without money you're not able to they can't sell this and you can't buy this.
Mm-hmm.
So it shows you that you're going to need something physical, just like paper money, to be able to buy or to be able to sell things.
And the new big thing is those QR codes.
I've never heard of that. What's that?
Like you ever see certain stores you go in, you like even ordering certain things offline or food shit, they give you, it's like a QR code. You just put your phone up against it, and then it bring it up on you. Like some restaurants, they don't have paper menus no more. You go in and scan the QR code, and it come up on your phone. Or like in the football games, they got the QR. They was advertising the QR codes on the back of jerseys instead of jersey numbers.
I never heard of that. So it's like a coupon, something like that.
It's basically like the barcode you just showed, but it's
okay.
A newer update version of it, I guess.
Right, like when you put the camera mode on your phone and you put it on there, like a link pops up, and then it'll take you to some website or something.
Okay.
Yeah, but that barcode is really like everything that's merchandise. When you go to the store, it's boop boop.
Yeah.
And you're gonna Esau wants you to be the one to go boop with your hand.
That's right. Yeah.
You know, so that's all part of that normalization process. So he wants to make merchandise of everything. He wants to have everything a part of the Internet of Things, a part of that beast system.
And when you go into
my fault, I'll go ahead.
No, and when you go into is for the number of a man, and his number is 603 square and 6. Elder Tizayawan always brings it out that a man, if I'm not mistaken, he was either the creator of the small implant or one of those that helped out. His name is George Joseph Laurer. And when you go into each of the names, it's all 666. George, if I'm not mistaken, is 6. Joseph is 6 letters, and Laurer is 6.
Sized up. Lined it up. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Here was a definition. QR code is a quick response code, which stands for quick response. It's basically a barcode on steroids.
Wow. Damn. Which is what they do with like the pretty much no different like you were telling me with like the like I was saying about the whole my mother with just using the phone to get on the bus or train, just a quick boop and go like that. It just scans your scans your credit card information on your phone, and it just takes the $2 or whatever from your account, and then that's it.
In like some cities, you can hit the QR code, look up bus schedules and all kinds of shit.
Yep. Straight up. But that was it on that. Y'all got any other precepts?
But is it 1 John 2:2 or something like that, where it says you have an unction from the Holy One, you know all things? Could our brother pull that up? If it's not 1 John 2:20 or 2:2.
This is 1 John chapter 2 and verse 20.
Okay.
But ye have an unction from the Holy One, and ye know all things.
Right. So we're supposed to know what the MOTB is, because when it comes out, you're supposed to know, like, okay, that's it, from reading Revelation 13 and 16 and understanding going into the word. So when you see it in real time, you'll be like, okay, that's what it is. I see it because I understood it from the reading the scriptures. And it's like, okay, that's what John was talking about. Let me avoid that so I could avoid judgment. And like it says, you have an unction from the Holy One, you know all things, meaning that what? We're supposed to know this. So when people say, oh, you guys, how can you say that you have 100% truth? Well, I'll just use my this example, right? Like I sometimes watch video game walkthroughs, or like I play a game called Dragon Ball Fighters, right? Now, when I look up, players who like do combos with like Goku or Gogeta or whatever, I'm not looking up, no offense to whoever may be whack, but I'm not looking up no whack person. I'm looking for the best player that knows the best combos so I can learn from what he's doing. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even know you could do that combo. So when I go play the game, now I'm doing the same shit because what I learned from the best. So you're going to want to learn something or talk to somebody that knows what they're doing. You're not going to want to talk to somebody that's like, I don't know about this. No, you're going to want to talk to somebody that knows, like, okay, this is what you're supposed to do, or this is what it is, and I'm breaking it down to you. The same thing like when I watch those video game walkthroughs, I'm watching someone who's skilled and knows what they're doing. Mm-hmm. So it's like, oh, okay, damn, I didn't know I could do that. When I play the game, I'm going to do that same shit. I'm going to look at the game. How do you do that? What buttons do you press? Okay. And learn the same combo so I could bust other people's ass.
That's right. That's right. And another point, real quick, because it said here is wisdom. So if you don't know the breakdown of the mark of the MOTB, then you don't have wisdom. Because it's required, and the scriptures say knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of your time. So if you don't have that wisdom, then just say that. But if you don't know is not a good answer. It's like you taking a test and it's multiple choice. Okay, it's the implantable device is A. What's the MOTB, right? A is the chip, all right? B is white women. C is the internet. D is Christianity. See, if you put I don't know, you still don't get credit for that. You can't put I don't know. It's not, that's the same as a wrong answer. Imagine the professor looking at it like, damn, you ain't even try. You just said, I don't know.
But
Or
that's
You don't know. You can say you don't know, but that's not acceptable, you know?
or you asking the professor himself about certain things. He like, I don't know.
But that's beautiful that you brought up that point, because like Shamir brought up the precept earlier, I believe it was 1 Timothy 2:15, study to show yourself approved. So you're supposed to study so you know these things. So when the test comes, oh, okay, I know what it is. Because the professor, like you said, is going to look at you and be like, how do you not know? We went over this in class. We went over the curriculum. We went over it multiple times. How do you not know? Did you not study?
Right. And you could not know, and you could fail the test, but you could also not get past the class. You know what I'm saying?
This like an open book exam because the answer's right there in front of you.
Yeah.
But it's scrambled to some.
Yeah, certain niggas in college, I remember they didn't know the information for the exam, the final exam, so they would just skip the final exam. And then they would try to cop a plea to the professor later on. That ain't gonna work. This is real life. You know, you only get one shot to get this right. You don't, whoops, I got the chip. Oh shit. No. We're gonna run that back. I'm gonna take it next semester. No, this is it. It's either you get it right or you perish in thermonuclear destruction. This is why we so the Lord has it on our mind to break it down. And this is the most intricate breakdown that I've been a part of, the Wadi Yahweh Shem Shai of the MOTB, and we went into practically every single word. If you can't get it by now, then shit, it ain't meant for you.
Nah, I got one precept on my part. Since you mentioned the destruction, this is Revelation chapter 14, and I'll just start at 9, right? And it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, verse 10, the same shall drink the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And his indignation is his righteous anger. So imagine like brothers like to drink, right? But you don't chase it. It's just raw, straight. You know, at that whatever Henny, whatever it may be, some dark liquor, and you know, it's some strong stuff, that thing that'll make you like, that's how it's going to be with the destruction of the Most High. It's not going to have no chase. It's not going to be diluted with no water and make it a little easy. No, the Heavenly Father, like it says, is a consuming fire. So when that fire comes, it's going to be that and burn you to a crisp charcoal. It's not going to be chasing. Oh, okay, you know, I'm going to ease up a little bit on you. No, I'm just going to give you the full fire so you feel the passion and anger of how angry I am and how much I hate this place. And if I'm not mistaken, no, I think that's Revelation 9, where it goes into, if I'm not mistaken, 200 million warheads are going to be shot over here. That's to show you how much the Lord hates this, because you could only use a couple hundred nukes. You don't got to use 200 million. Come on now. That's overkill.
He's going to put overkill on you, man.
But that's to show you how much he hates it. Because think about it. Look, you could be like, Lord, I don't mean to say nothing, but like 200 million is a little overkill, but that's to show you how much the Lord hates this place, plus the missiles, not missiles, but the fire from the chariots. So it's just like, imagine back in the day, you know, again, I don't mean to sound like a nigga, but you know, you stomping somebody out with Timbs. It's like, nah, I hate you. Okay, you're not stomping them out with your Nike shoes or whatever. No, you're stomping them out with Timbs. And that's what the Lord's basically going to do to America. He's stomping it out with 200 million Timbs. All right? That's what he's doing. That's how much I hate this place.
He took it a step further with the steel toes on.
Exactly. Make sure you feel everything.
It's like, imagine if you stone somebody back in the ancient world. If you stone them, shit, not even a million would definitely kill them. But if you're going to throw 200 million stones at their ass, shit.
Right, and when you throw a stone, you ain't going to be like, you know what? Damn, let me. No, you're going to throw that at him. Right. Like what David did with Goliath. He ain't, let me just, no, he was, and threw it at his head.
Calculated.
Pinned his ass, yep. That's right.
Continuing, it says, verse 10, it says, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Meaning that people are going to be burned up when Yahweh Shai is visible and in the presence of the holy angels. People are going to look up and see Yahushua be burning alive and be like, help me. But it's like, nah, if you took that thing, or if it's your judgment to be here with the nuclear fire, that's it.
That's right.
That's right. Because there it is. It's like you so close. Salvation is right there, but you're going to be burning up if you take that mark.
Oh, there's a little bit more. My bad. Verse 11, it says, and the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, meaning not forever and ever, but that word should be in Hebrew, I will which just means it can mean forever or for just a long period of time, not forever.
Right.
And it says, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. So that's it.
That's right.
So yeah, man. Can't get no more of a thorough breakdown than that. Even this, you could do a simple breakdown, you could do it thoroughly, but everybody not going to get it, man. And it's just, let's say the simplicity that's in Yahweh Shah. Call law Yahweh Shemel Shah. He made it simple for us to understand it, whether it's an intricate breakdown or very simple.
Yeah, and this is about an hour, and this really didn't need, because if you explain this to somebody on the street, especially if they don't know, you could just simply break it down to them in like 5 minutes or so.
You can break it down. You can break it down to them with flashcards and pictures. It's like that simple though,
Yep.
Yeah, because like Ashiya was saying, this is your salvation. This is not a game. I don't mean to be long-winded to extend this anymore, but this is not a game. This is your salvation. You got to know what it is. You can't be like, I don't know this, or I don't know, or maybe it's this. Nah, because when it's in your face, it's going to be like you were saying, multiple choice. It's like,
right.
I guess they're saying it, so I guess I could take this. It's like,
Right.
nah. You might have chose the wrong answer, just like on a test that could cause you to fail the test, and that would mean if you failing at life.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Ain't no retaking this one.
Con. No gray area, man.
That's right.
But you brothers have any more precepts?
Nah,
All right, so we can end it then.
Yeah, I think that's about it. Yep.
That's it. All right.
Yes.
you close it out. You close it out, Shalom.
All right. So, Lord's willing, this was edifying. Lord's willing, to whoever needs to receive it, we've broken it down through the Spirit thoroughly. Lord's willing, that it's not white women, it's not Christianity, it's not social media, which is the new one that I heard. It's not any of these weird things that you're hearing. It's a small implantable device that the elites that have been preparing for years that they want to push inside your body. If you look and analyze and look at alternative news and things like that, you see with the CBDCs, the Bitcoins, all these things talking about digital currency. Like the Elder Yashwamba brought out with a video, Spike Lee promoting pretty much digital currency. It's not having anything to do with it's a physical thing that they want to put inside of your body. It's not Christianity or I think some people say maybe if what you believe, or King Solomon had the MOTB. No, it's a physical device that they want to put inside of your body. And that's how you're going to be connected to society and be able to function in society. And Lord's willing, through the words, going into certain words, we were able to bring that out. And that when you see it in real life, in the world, you see like, okay, I understand what the brothers were going into. This is what they were breaking down. I can see it now through the Spirit of the Lord opening up your mind, or open up your eyes.
Right.
So, want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh. Double honors are always to the Apostle Elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Lord's willing, this is edifying. Shalom.
Shalom.